game of your season? Just what's the atmosphere like around the team right now?
Yeah, it's exciting for sure. Obviously, it's something we've worked towards all year, and for it to finally be here, it's been it's been a grind to get here, but we've earned it, and we're excited.
How do you approach these days off? Do you kind of try to like relax and step away from the game, or do you try to stay dialed in the entire time?
Yeah, I think it's good to get away from the game a little bit. I think we earned the rest, and I think it's good. Mentally, there's a lot going on around the rink, and it's good to kind of step away and just hang out with your teammates. And but I think as you get closer to the game, it's time to dial in, and we're skating again. So I think that's where we got to start to dial it in.
Have you done team activities the last 2 days?
Not overly. I think we just hang out as a team. We kind of walk around the city, go get some ice cream, go get some food, just hang around as a team. We're a tight group, so we do everything together.
What did you think of the Tigers Hummer?
That was pretty cool. I think our team's excited when we got that support. It kind of just shows that it's not just us we're doing it for. We're doing it for other people who are there watching us and supporting us. So it's pretty cool.
Does it make the tournament more enjoyable having those few days off? Which is probably been a while during such an intense part of the season.
Yeah, it's good to get a little bit of a break. It's key for us to be rested, and we've dealt with injuries all year. So for us to kind of be fully healthy for our last game of the year, it's exciting.
How much have you allowed yourself to think about the fact that it is going to be the last game of the season, no matter what, and it's your last time with this specific group?
Yeah, it kind of fuels you. I think our team, we love each other, so it sucks that it's their last game together. But with that being said, we're all going to leave it all out there. We're not saving it for anything, and we want to get it done.
What makes this group of 20 so special?
Just how much for the team they are. I think the 20s are the heart and soul of your team, and you need the 20s to win. And I think we got the best 20s. So for them to be here and battle their whole career to get here, and we want to get it done for them.
How much has the team rallied around Harrison in this run?
Yeah, a lot. We know he's done a lot for us, and he's played amazing. He's won us some games where we shouldn't have won, and without him we wouldn't be here. So we want to do it for him because he's done a lot for us.
What has Ryder meant to you as a line mate?
Yeah, he's been amazing. I've lived with him for a few years now, and I've known him for a while, and he's a special player. I've played with him growing up, and I knew he was going to be a great player, and for him to step up this whole playoff run and here in the Mem Cup, it's been amazing.
How do you approach that final game of the year? It's arguably the biggest game of everything, almost like Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals. What does that mean to you, especially playing in the international level also?
Yeah, this is for sure the biggest game of my career, honestly. With World Juniors and stuff, I've played some big games, but I think I've played with this team all year, so we're super tight, and this is what the whole year is led up to, and we want to make sure we're leaving our all out there, and we're excited, and we know it's a do or die game, obviously.
What can you take from the first 3 games of this tournament as a young player developing, just facing some of the top teams in the country? What are your takeaways from it, personal work?
Yeah, just how good every single team is. I think it obviously shows how good the whole CHL is. Every single team here is a great team. Every game's been pretty much a 1-goal game. So it just shows how tight the competition is, and there's not a big margin for error. So we got to make sure that every shift we're out there, we're dialed in.
How does that differ from? It makes it maybe unique as far as an event.
Yeah, well, obviously it's like I said, the margin for error. It's a short tournament, so there's not a whole lot of time. Whereas in playoffs, you got a little bit more breathing room. So here it's tight, and you got to make sure you're ready.
Being in the Memorial Cup, do you have to remind yourself to have fun, or is it just all business to you?
Yeah, for sure. It's fun being around the city and seeing everything going on, but I think in the rink, it's go time. You got to make sure you're dialed in because, like I said, it's a short tournament. You don't got a whole lot of time to, have fun. So, but we're ready and we're excited.
Yeah, if we talk about how much of a grind this season is, what's it mean being away from your family for so long to have them here ahead of this massive game on Sunday?
Yeah, it's exciting. I don't get to play in front of my family very much, so for them to make the trip all the way from Whitehorse, I think they said it was 19 hours or something to get here. So, I obviously want to give my all for them because they don't get to watch me a whole lot in person.
Is there something they say to you repeatedly that really sticks with you?
My parents?
Yeah.
Just have fun. I think with hockey, there's obviously a lot of media attention and a lot of stress with performance and stuff. So I think they're the keys to me just stepping away from the game and looking at it and realizing just to have fun.
Are you happy with the way you played so far this tournament?
I'm happy with my team for sure. I think it hasn't, I haven't been my best, but when I've got guys like Ryder or Oasis stepping up, and I've got my whole team, Harry, and everyone stepping up, it's good. And one final game to, show what I can do, and I want to do it for them.